Hello everyone, I am Sanjay Gupta. I welcome you on Sanjay Gupta Tech School. So this is day 58 of Salesforce Learning Bootcamp, and in this session I will be discussing about Visualforce page, and this is part 2 of Visualforce page session. So in last session we discussed briefly about Visualforce, like how it works, and how we can create Visualforce pages, how we can launch Visualforce pages, through tab, through quick action, or we can place Visualforce pages on the home page. So different locations at different locations we can place our Visualforce pages. So this is basically used with classic Salesforce Classic that was used earlier, and nowadays like we rarely use Visualforce pages, but few learners requested like please explain the basics of Visualforce page so that we know how Visualforce pages are implemented and what is the actual use of it. So because of that purpose, I am doing these sessions. And this week, like today and tomorrow, Visualforce pages will be completed. And from next week onwards, next 2 weeks, we'll be having integration related sessions, right? So moving forward, so if you have joined this session for the first time, so you can go through this slide so that you can know about me. So I have total 16 plus years of experience, and I am doing these YouTube sessions for the students, freshers and professionals so that they can ramp their career in Salesforce ecosystem. And from the beginning, we are following all the virtual learning best practices. So these best practices says like follow all the sessions properly, take notes, practice exercises. So in Visualforce pages, there is no much exercise. You can just go through the recording, and whatever I am implementing, you can just practice those. So be consistent, do regular practice so that you can become expert. If you want to join Telegram group for discussion purpose, you can scan this QR code, and lots of folks are there. They are helping each other. So if you want to become a part of the community, so you can join this. And we are in week 16. So this week Visualforce page sessions will be completed, and in upcoming 2 weeks we'll be having discussions on integration, right? So moving forward, please follow Sanjay Gupta Tech School on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Telegram so that you can receive timely notifications and all the updates will be in front of you. And all the important links are available in the description of the video, so you can go through that. Okay, so just share this link with everybody, those who want to learn Salesforce and other technologies as well. So right now we are having 2 bootcamps. One is on Salesforce, another one is on cybersecurity. And from next month, I will be starting one more bootcamp that will be on C and C++ programming languages, right? So lots of bootcamps are planned. So moving forward, so now in last session I just explained you Visualforce briefly. So in this session, like first we are going to understand how we can create page blocks and page block sections in Visualforce page. So jumping to the org, so here you can see we have this example created. So now I'm going to create one more Visualforce page. So we can say like Visualforce demo 2, and inside this we are going to implement the code, right? So here inside Apex page, I'm going to use Apex page block. So here I am setting the title. So this way you can set the title, and Here inside this you can have page block section. Here also you can define the title. Now inside this you can write some text. So I'm writing hello world in first section, right? So this way inside page block, I created page block section. Now if I need to create one more, so I'm just copying and pasting it. So this will be the second one. So second page block section. So here also I'm modifying it, right? So this way two page block sections I have created. I have saved this code. Now if I click on preview, so what you will see the results like this. So if I zoom in, so in the title we have first page block. This is because of this title, first page block. And then we have two sections. So page block section 1 and page block section 2. Right, so both are having their title and the text which we provided here, and these are having accordions as well. If you click on these accordions, so it will hide and show, right? So this way, like if you use page block and page block section, so your output will look like. Okay, now next thing that we need to discuss is like how to use global variables, how to use formal expression and conditional expressions. So it will be covered under variable and expression. So if you want to use variables and expressions in Visualforce page, so that is also possible. So now I'm going to show you how you can do that, right? So here what I'm going to do, I'm just removing this text, and if you want to use any expression, so for that you will be using curly braces and exclamation sign. So curly brace you need to open close and then exclamation sign. Now here I'm going to use a global variable, that is user dot first name. So in our org we have a username. So user's first name I'm going to have here. Then I'm putting and in single quotes I'm having hyphen, and then again and then user dot last name. Right, so through dollar you can have the global variable, so dollar user and then dot last name. So this way first name and last name of the user will be available on the UI, right? So if I go and refresh, so page is automatically refreshed. So if you want to refresh, you can. So here you can see first name and last name. So my logged in username, first name and last name is Sanjay and Gupta, and I provided hyphen, so that's why it is looking like this, right? So this way you can just use global variables so that you can retrieve values, those are available, right? Now if you want to use few functions, so that is also possible. So let's say I created a paragraph and here I am writing today's date is. So again you need to write the syntax, and here you can write a function that is today, right? So I'm just saving this code, and you can see page is refreshed automatically and it is showing today's date is Thursday, May 11, and the format whatever is available, accordingly it is showing the results, right? So this way you can just write some expressions. So this is a plain text which is showing as is, and inside curly braces we are just having an expression, through that we are showing the results, right? Now if you want to show only the year, so here we can write current year is, and here you can write a function year, and inside that function you can pass today, Now if you save it, so your page will be refreshed, and here you can see we have current year is 2023. So it is showing in same line. So what I can do, I'm just cutting it from here and putting it here and pasting it, right? So if you use paragraph p tag twice, so the data which is available inside p tag, it will be rendering on different lines. So I just save the code and here you can see the result. Date is available in separate line, and current year is also available in separate line, right? So this way you can apply changes, right? Now if we go to the code, so similarly like different expressions you can implement in your code. And now I'm going to implement one more paragraph, and here I'm going to show you how we can use conditions. So here I'm using if, then I'm using a function that is contains. So this is another example. So here what we are doing, we are going to use this function contains. So contains function is basically checking whether force.com is available inside salesforce.com, right? So this is a parameter which will be checked into this parameter, right? So if it is containing, so it will be displaying yes, otherwise no will be rendered on the UI. So I'm just saving this code and moving here, and you will see here it is showing yes. So this way you can apply conditional statements as well while implementing expressions in Visualforce page, right? So I hope this way this basic use of expressions, variables you understood. Right now if you have any questions, so just throw that in the chat so that I can go through with the questions. Yeah, so there is one question, can we relate Apex code in Visualforce? Yes. So you can call Visualforce, like you can call Apex classes in Visualforce pages, and you can connect both for sure. So Jana is asking how, like, why do we need to create Visualforce component individually? So right now we are learning about Visualforce pages, and to be honest, like I never created Visualforce components, so I don't have much idea about those. And like Visualforce page also I used very less, because when I started working in Salesforce, so Classic was kind of outdated. So I started with Lightning Aura and Lightning Web component, so don't have much idea on this. Yes, we can apply CSS for sure. CSS we can apply. So how many expression we call in one VF? So any number of expressions you can use. So with LWC, like LWC and VF, I just need to check. So whenever we'll be discussing about Lightning Web component, then I will show you if it is possible. So I will be demoing you like whether it is possible to call LWC component in Visualforce page, right? So for Aura, I am sure, but LWC I just need to check, because rarely we combine these two things. So Aura, I'm sure, like in Aura we can use Visualforce, and Aura component also we can use in Visualforce page. But for LWC, like whenever we'll be having LWC related sessions, so I will be clearing it. So LWC will be starting just after integration. So next 2 weeks we'll be having integration sessions, and after that I will be delivering sessions on LWC. So first I will cover basic HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Then 1 week we'll be understanding Aura component, and then 3 to 4 weeks we'll be learning about LWC. Right, so moving further, next we have how to use standard controller implementation using table, TR and TD tags. So table, TR and TD tags, these are basically related to HTML. So with the help of HTML tags, will be implementing our Visualforce page, and that Visualforce page will be actually connected with our standard controller. So standard controller means it will be an S object. So I'm just closing this tab and moving here, and I'm going to create a new Visualforce page. So I'm just opening it and naming it as VF Demo 3. Okay, so here I am going to implement the code, and Firas is asking, can we make an API call and display on VF page? Yeah, so Firas, actually API call we do with Apex. So result will be available in the Apex, and that result you can render on the Visualforce page. That is possible. Okay, so now I'm going to implement a code for you. So Apex page, so here we just need to use standard controller, and here standard controller I'm using as account. So standard controller means the S object with which you want to connect your Visualforce page. Now here I'm using Apex form. Inside Apex form, I will be implementing table tags. So this table tag is basically related to HTML. So in HTML, basically we implement this table tag, right? And here I'm going to show you how it is used. So if you want to understand table tag, so you can just search it, or maybe on W3 schools, you can just go and check like how this table tag works. So in table, basically we have rows and columns. So to create rows, we have TR. TR stands for table row. And for columns, we can use TD. This is table data. So we have one TD inside TR. So this will be first column. Then I'm using one more TD. So it will be second column. And here I am writing Apex colon input field and value equals to account.name, right? So here this account.name, this format that I'm using here, it is actually an expression, right? So whatever is enclosed in curly braces and with exclamation mark, so this will be basically considered as an expression, right? So here we are using Salesforce specific element, and here we are providing account.name. So what will happen? So basically one table row will be created, and in that row there will be two columns. First column will be having account name, and second column will be having the value of that account in input field. So this account name will become the label, and this input field will be having a text box where account name will be, you can type, right? Because it is an input field. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy and paste it so that I can create one more row. So this will be first row and this will be second row. So here instead of account name, I'm typing account phone, and here also I'm typing account phone, right? So this way what is happening, two rows will be created, first for account name and second will be for account phone. Now I'm just copying and pasting it one more time. So here I'm writing rating, account rating, right? Or like if you just want to write account name, phone, so label depends on you what you want to write, but here you need to provide the API name, so those should be correct. Now one more time I'm going to paste it. So this time I'm writing account active. So here I'm removing active, actually I'm removing account from here and from here also, so that phone, rating, active, these will be the labels, and here I'm going to use active underscore underscore C. So active is basically created in such a way so that it is a uh, custom field. So that's why it is looking like this. So now four rows are created. If you see here, this is first row for account name, this is second row for phone, then third row for rating, and fourth row for active. Right now I'm going to copy and paste it one more time, and here I'm going to write a code for command button. So I'm going to create a command button for save, and its action will be save. Now I'm just copying it and pasting it here. Right. So what we are going to do, we are going to have one more button that is actually for cancel. Right. So this way, what I did, I created 5 rows. I just created 5 rows, and now I'm going to save this code and clicking on preview so that a tab will open, and you can see the results. So here you can see a table is created, and these are rows: account name, phone, rating, active, and save and cancel. So account name, here you can pass, you can type any name, then you can type any phone number, then here you can provide the rating. So here you can see rating pick list values are available automatically. Okay, and active is also having yes and no automatically. So why it is happening? Because here we are using standard controller. So basically this Visualforce page is connected with your account as object with help of this standard controller, right? So this we are using as attribute here, and these HTML TR TD tags are related to HTML, and this Apex input field, Apex command button, these are like Visualforce specific elements that we are using. So without writing any single line of Apex code, through this Visualforce page only, if we provide all the information and click on save, so one account record will be created. So I'm creating it with like ACC Visualforce 11th May, and here I'm passing dummy phone number and just clicking on save. So this way, like this account record will be created in the org, and here you can see it is automatically redirecting to that record which we created right now. So here we have account name, rating, phone, and active we provided as yes, right? So this way, if you implement any Visualforce page, so it can be used. So now this Visualforce page you can place on any lightning page, like it can be placed on home page or app page, so that whenever you provide that information, so a record will be created and you will be automatically redirected to that record. So at the time of Classic, we used to use Visualforce pages, but now in Lightning experience, we do this same operation with the help of Lightning Aura component or Lightning Web component, right? So I hope you understood whatever I demonstrated right now. So Sunil, basically I will be covering only the basics of Visualforce. I'm not going in depth because like whatever session or hard work I will be doing on Visualforce page, so that won't be using much. So these things I will be explaining in Aura or LWC. So next is possible to create a form to be populated to create an account record via Visualforce if you want to replace the standard one to create account. Yeah, so right now I just explained this only. Vladimiro, whatever you asked, like we created a form. Through that form, we just created an account record, and that form we created with the help of Visualforce page. So you are asking to replace standard one to this Visualforce. Yes, we can do. So I think in last session I showed you how we can replace our standard buttons, but we cannot replace all the standard buttons. So few are available to override with Visualforce page, those you can do. Yes, Firas, if you are using standard objects, so you just need to use standard controller. And for custom one, I will be showing that tomorrow. So here you can see tomorrow I will be showing you custom controller in Visualforce, right? So there I will show you like how we can use custom objects as well. Okay, so I hope this example is clear to you. Now, the same example, same UI we are going to create with the help of page block and page section that we understood right now. So in previous example, I showed you how we can create page block and page block section. So what I'm going to do, whatever I explained here in page block and page block section, I will be merging that with this requirement. So I'm going to create one more Visualforce page. So it will be VF demo 4 and here I'm going to implement the code. So again here I'm going to use standard controller. So standard controller will be account because we are right now working on account. But if you want to pick any other object, so you can pick that as well. Right, so here I just need to use page block. Then I'm providing title, account information. Right, now inside this page block, you can just create page block section, right? And here I am providing columns. So I just need one column. So in this page block section, I need one column and I am not providing its title. So if I don't provide title, so though that title won't be available and you can say like it is an optional attribute. So now here I am using input field. Then I'm going to provide the value. So it will be account.name. Right? So this way you can use page blocks. So if you use page block section, so in that case, you don't need to use this table format, right? So now I'm just going to copy and paste it so that we can have different fields. So we used phone, we used rating, we used active __ C. So all these I'm using here. So this way page block section is created. Now to place buttons, I am going to use apex : page block buttons, right? And inside this, I am going to use command button, right? Value equals to save. So this button will be available and its action is save. So if you click on that button, so automatically that save operation will be performed. And now I'm going to copy and paste it, right? So here I'm writing cancel, right? So you can see for some elements, I'm just closing them here, right? These are self-ended. And for some like apex page block, it is started here and it is closing here. So that the difference is if your tag is having something that you can write inside that, so you need to open and close. But if you don't have anything to write between the tags, so you can just open it, provide some necessary attributes and you can close it, because you don't have anything to write in between the tag, like in the opening and closing tag. So this way you will see two types of tags in Visualforce. And like more we'll be discussing in HTML. So I will be explaining you the pure HTML and CSS code before starting Aura and LWC. So you will be able to understand much there. So now I'm going to save this code and clicking on preview button, and you will see how it will look like. So this is like having look and feel of our Salesforce UI. Okay, so this is looking like Salesforce UI. So here are title, account information, then we have save cancel button, and account name, phone, rating and active. So whatever field is required, that is marked as red. If it is not required, so it is not marked as red. And if you provide the information and click on save, so record will be created automatically. Right, so this way actually we create the UI with the help of Visualforce page. Okay, so this I had for today, and tomorrow I will be explaining few more things, and then like all the basic stuff related to Visualforce will be completed. So now I think you got clear-cut idea like how we can write a basic implementation with the help of Visualforce page and how it actually works. And if I compare it with let's say I am opening user records. If I open user, so you can see this UI is similar to that we implemented, right? So these are implemented with the help of Visualforce. If you open any of the records, so this kind of UI, so this is all Visualforce. Okay, so in in Lightning experience also somewhere you will see the look and feel of Visualforce, right? But most of the places you will be seeing the Lightning experience. So this way, I hope you got a basic idea about Visualforce pages. So I just explained you how to use standard controller, like using table, tr and td tags, and using VF page structure, like page block and page block section. Okay, so this is all I had planned for today. So like I am keeping these sessions very small so that you can just understand the basics of Visualforce pages. So tomorrow also I will be having one session. So in that session you will be understanding few more things about Visualforce. So now I'm jumping on to the chat so that I can have some questions. So Madhu Mohan is asking for 2-year experience guy, VF is important. Will they? No, right now in any interview, no one will be asking about Visualforce, right? So initially that's why I didn't kept Visualforce sessions in the tracker. But few folks requested like we just need to go through the basics of Visualforce. So for their purpose, I just decided to have these sessions. So that's why I'm doing these sessions. But in interviews, you won't be having any questions on Visualforce. There may be questions like, can we use Visualforce in Aura LWC or Aura LWC in Visualforce? So that we'll be discussing while implementing Aura in LWC. So Sumit, for custom object, I will be discussing those things tomorrow, right? So we can pass custom object also with standard controller, right? And we can call Apex classes as well. So those things I will be explaining tomorrow. Someone is asking Samayatya, Samayita, like ChatGPT is part of this bootcamp. So no, ChatGPT, like I think you can explore yourself. So basis on your question, it responds. So maybe I will try to have any expert who properly use ChatGPT. So I will try to have someone in front of you so that they can explain about ChatGPT. So Kalyan, Aura specific things are already listed here. If you go through the tracker, so here you can see whatever I will be covering. So all the basic things related to Aura component I will be covering like it will be very basic, not all the things. For Lightning Web component, we'll try to cover everything. Yeah, so we don't need to spend much time on Visualforce. We just need to just understand the basics of Visualforce and then focus on Aura and LWC, and 25-30% on Aura, and most of the time you need to focus on LWC. So Gayatri, this is standard behavior, like save and cancel buttons are available twice here. This is because we are using this page block button. So if you use Apex page block buttons, so it shows button at top as well as at bottom. So you might have experience like in at so many places we have button at top as well as at bottom as well. So that is because of this page block buttons. Right now I'm moving further. Yes, Venkatesh, if you are appearing in an interview as 3 years experience candidate, so integration questions will be there. And no worries, integration you will be understanding in upcoming 2 weeks, right? So Kalyan, if you are a fresher, so you can just go through the sessions I'm doing on Visualforce page, and you can go through a Trailhead that is available on Trailhead website. So that will give you all the basic knowledge. Thank you first for like donating some amount. I will surely buy a coffee this weekend. Okay guys, so this way I hope you understood whatever I demonstrated today. And tomorrow also like session will be short and I will be explaining a few more concepts on Visualforce page. And from next week we'll be starting this integration related sessions. And so this month integration will be completed and next month we'll be totally focusing on lightning component development. So we'll be understanding HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Aura and LWC, right? So I think next month, so if we consider like next 2 weeks, so after that next 6 weeks will be required for all those stuffs, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Aura and LWC. And after that I will be having 1 week for deployment purpose, right? And after that I'm planning to do Salesforce cloud specific session. So I'm planning to do those sessions as well. So soon I will be sharing that information. So maybe from next month I will start sharing information around those. So 2-3 clouds I will try to cover so that you can have knowledge about Salesforce cloud as well. So with this bootcamp, like throughout the year, everything, whatever you need to understand as part of your beginning or 2-3 years of experience, or if you are new to Salesforce, like jumping from any other technology to Salesforce, or you are having career gaps. So every kind of folks are covered with the help of this bootcamp, right? And I'm getting huge response throughout this bootcamp. People are sharing positive feedback all over the platforms like LinkedIn, Telegram, YouTube, Instagram. So I am thankful to you. So I decided to have more sessions on Salesforce Cloud. So after completion of this Aura and LWC sessions, so you will see lots of cloud related sessions as well. And cybersecurity is already going on. And then I will be targeting DevOps and data science as well, right? DevOps, data science, and web development. So whatever expert will be available, so I will bring them on my channel, and that bootcamp will also be there, right? Yeah. So development project is also there. So I will be doing that also for you. So Sumit, like for Salesforce certification, I already did one session when we completed admin stuff. And after development project, I can do one more session. But certification, you need to prepare, like going through all the sessions I'm conducting. And free coupons, like these coupons are right now not available. There was one coupon last month, but right now we don't have any coupons, so I won't be able to share that. So Kalyan, for resume preparation, like whatever issue you are facing, so you can just reach out to me. I will try to help. And also I'm planning to have like these kind of sessions, like mock interviews, resume preparation, or how to introduce yourself. So I'm in discussion with one organization who do these kind of stuff. So I will bring those people on my channel. So that I will be covering, but it will take some time. But surely I will be covering those things. So Deepak, if you have done associate admin and platform app builder, so next you can target PD1, platform developer 1. And for that you can start from Apex. So our session tracker link is available in the description of this video. So you can just go through with the session tracker, and there you will be having lots of videos related to development. So Akula, I already added development project, so that I will be completing. Yes, Sunny, I will be taking sales and service cloud because these are basic clouds. I will be covering sales and service, and I will try to add any industry cloud as well. So let's see how it goes. Sunny, marketing cloud, I'm not sure because for my marketing cloud, there is no free org available. So I can just go through the theoretical concepts, but I won't be able to demo it. So it is little bit difficult for me. So Vladimiro, it is before. So if you go through the session tracker, so it is already available just after integration. So just after integration, we'll be doing the development project for 1 week. Okay, so yeah, Kalyan, just have patience. Right now, market is low, but soon it will rise. So just learn and prepare yourself. But for experienced folks, there are jobs. So just search for those jobs on LinkedIn. So for experienced candidates, there are lots of jobs. So Sunny, I will try, will share like on what clouds I will be having the sessions. So right now I have planned on sales and service, but for others I will try because I don't know all the clouds. So I just need to search for the experts. If I found anyone, so I will surely be having those experts on my channel so that they can share their knowledge with you. Yes, Akila, but the bootcamp projects, you cannot say like you worked for any customer, right? They are just for practice purpose only. So you can just mention in your CV like I did this project as practice, not for any client. So Venkatesh, I don't have any real-time projects, so I just created that. I just have that recruitment application. So we did it for admin project. For development, I will be enhancing that recruitment project only. So like next week, I will be working on that. So we will be extending that project only. Yeah, so Sunny, Salesforce developer career is good. Lots of folks are switching from other technologies to Salesforce. So it is very good. Yes, Akila, you can mention the skills for sure. Okay, guys, so I think I covered everything for today. So see you tomorrow, same time, and tomorrow I will be completing the Visualforce things. So thank you so much for joining this session. See you tomorrow.